Thanks for downloading this YouTube video. I am Rob Snowhite, otherwise known as the Fly Fishing Consultant. We're going to redo the squirmy worm fly here for you today. If you want my information, it's all there. But the pattern we're going to tie today is an improvement over the previous squirmy worm material fly. So that's the fly right there. Let's zoom in a little bit. I thought I had done this version on YouTube, but after talking with the guys at autumnsirenflies.blogspot.com, turns out I don't have this version on YouTube, so I'm going to do it for you now. There's several materials you can make it with. There is this guy who has these funny little things. This is from Michael's Craft Store. I don't really know what's in it, but it's funny and gross at the same time. Okay. There is this from officeplayground.com. It's got long tentacle, you guys. And there is this guy from the dollar store. Ooh. But one of my favorites, you can get this at the Del Rey Variety Store in Alexandria, Virginia. This is a spaghetti ball. These are a little bit longer, a little more translucent. But what we're going to be using today are ghost heads. These are ghost heads from Michael's Craft Stores, and they come in purple. They come in black. And you can see the little logo here, Ghost Puffer Ball. I'll put this right here in case you've got a smartphone and want to pause. If you want to scan that maybe. All right. It also comes in chartreuse, green, and orange. I haven't used black. Green works pretty good. Orange hasn't worked so far. Purple's the best. And then also, at Dollar Tree. There's this guy. If you want to buy the traditional material, it's sold online at parkerflies.com. It's made by Spirit River. You heard Bill Black, the owner of Spirit River, on the podcast from Vegas. He started off the part 3. And let's start the fly pattern. So I made 2 improvements, and it's basically wrapping the wire shank. Wrapping the wire on the shank. All right, so what we're going to do, first I'm going to put my hook in there. Of course, we're using a Regal vise because hook doesn't move. Fly hooks I'm using are Sabre brand, size 10, reversed bend down eye, 1x short, 1x strong, black finish, pre-barbless. Model 7251, flyshack.com. Basic scissors. I'm going to be using from Hairline Dubbin, Danville 6X monofilament fine. You can also buy this thread locally at Urban Angler. And I'm going to use a little bit of non-toxic wire. This is the key. Now, one improvement I've done is put the wire around the bend. This not only sinks your fly, but when I start wrapping the monofilament, it's actually going to put the monofilament into the grooves here. Now, one problem is this material eventually slides back over the bend. So what I did with this one is I just filled it up with a little bit of Loctite jelly glue. And that way it kind of keeps it in place. That's still too sticky for me to use. Now I'm going to take my Danville monofilament thread. I'm just going to wrap it into these little grooves. And cut off the tag end. Now I'm going to take my ghost head, and the last ones I bought, I got them for 2 cents each at Michael's Craft Store because it was off season in the middle of the summer. They had them left over. However, it's almost Halloween, and you can guarantee that in August and next week in September that these will be sold at Michael's. So here you need 2 of them. The downfall of this fly is that the material slides off the hook, and this back one usually breaks off. So it's not a perfected fly, but I'm telling you, it works. We've been catching striped bass, largemouth bass, smallmouth bass, long-eared sunfish, channel cats, common carp have eaten it. Pretty much you name it in the river, it's eaten it. So I'm going to put this down right along the wire, and notice when I pull, that thread goes in between the grooves. I'm going to pull this back as I wrap. Pretty easy stuff. Let that kind of just dangle. cut off this nub. We're going to take the second piece, and we're not going to put it down that way. We're going to put it down about 3/4 of the way with a little piece sticking out. And I'm going to overlap. Fish this under an indicator, fish this as a dropper underneath a popping bug, fish this by itself, floating line, sinking line, whatever, they are going to eat it. Now you want to tie it so this one sticks out, and then double back around your wraps. Looks pretty good now. We're going to take this piece, fold it over, and basically we're going to build sort of a juicy body. White perch were eating this yesterday in the river. Was out on the Sino Canal this morning, had a bluegill bite it, and I didn't tie a very good knot, and it came right undone. That's basically the fly. We're going to half hitch now, pull the thread down. Just take a finger, twist, and I'm going to go over this and pull. Again, half hitch, not moving my left hand, pull. And there you have it, the Snowhite, Gummy, Squirmy, Wormy, Booger Worm. Probably the most effective pattern I have kind of come up with and perfected in the, last 20 years. It's deadly effective locally here. Really haven't tried it in other parts of the country yet, but I guarantee, as Justin Wilson used to say, you're going to like it, the fish are going to like it, and it's going to catch a lot of fish. Definitely tie them in bulk because they do get destroyed rather fast. You can just take the hook back home, pull off the broken parts, and tie it on again. If you also want, pinch this down with your hemostat, and that might keep it from sliding back. But there you go, Snowhite, Squirmy, Gummy Worm. Any other questions, comments, leave them here. Or you can reach me at www.robsnowhite.com. And Snowhite only has one W.